Yeah, hi, good to see you. Thank you for joining us on the programme this morning. We've heard, as I said there, from the President of the United States overnight. He is basically saying you need to be careful, Israel, not to continue with this siege of Gaza. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I heard earlier this week on Newsnight a US political commentator ask the question, how long do you think it will be before there is meaningful pressure on Israel to call a ceasefire? And the answer he gave was chilling, but probably accurate. He said, given history, given the statements that the Israeli government have made, Benjamin Netanyahu said what we're about to unleash is more than Palestinians have ever seen before, more than the world has ever seen before. Given previously, in 2014, over 50 days, Israel killed over 2,000 Palestinians, including 500 children, and given that we're hearing already, I think you're reporting 1,200 killed in a matter of days, his answer was, I don't think we'll see meaningful pressure on Israel to impose a ceasefire until at least 10 to 20,000 Palestinians have been killed. So I think that's the chilling circumstance we're facing at the moment. What we're also seeing, of course, is Israel announcing its intention and implementing that intention to cut off the supply of water, fuel and food to the people of Gaza. And we're already seeing reports about the immediate impact of that. I understand that water and sewage facilities serving over 1 million people, that's half the population of Gaza, have been severely damaged. To put it into context, that is like 35 million people in the UK being denied access to water facilities. We are also hearing reports that already 250,000 of the people of Gaza, that's 10% of the population, have been forced to leave their homes. That's equivalent to over 7 million people in the UK being forced to leave their homes. So that, I fear, is what we're about to see played out in front of us over the next few weeks.
As you say, 1,100 Palestinians killed in Israeli retaliation. Let's remember what happened on Saturday morning. Hamas came over the border without any notice and massacred people in their hundreds. It looks now moving into more than 1,000.
Yeah, look, let's start. Every humanitarian will be appalled at the scenes of violence and in particular appalled at scenes of civilians and children being killed. Everyone should share those sentiments. And I think when we judge such acts, the only framework, and it is crucial at the moment that this is the framework that political commentators, people like myself, but most importantly our political leaders in this country cling to, and that is the framework of international law. International law is very, very clear. It makes clear that any attack on a civilian or any targeting of civilians or any hostage-taking or any imposition of collective punishment on an entire people are war crimes, and they should be condemned by anyone. But those principles need to be applied without discrimination. And what is happening at the moment and what is deeply concerning is our political leaders who have been very quick to condemn those war crimes when committed by Palestinians are actually giving, not only being silent, but giving active encouragement, giving the green light to Israel to carry out war crimes.
Which ones? That's not actually happening on
Well,
this
yesterday we saw the leader of the Labour Party asked a question, do you support Israel in cutting off water, food and fuel to the people of Gaza? And he said, yes, they have a right to do that. Now, as the United Nations Secretary-General has made clear today that is a war crime, and Israel needs to stop doing that. And as I said, we are already seeing...
He said
he said it on, I believe, on LBC.
They have a right to defend themselves.
And then, Kay, he was asked, let's be precise and clear, because this is a moment for us all to be precise and clear.
Exactly.
And if we actually have real respect for human rights and international law, we apply it consistently. He was asked very specifically, does Israel then have a right to cut off food, fuel and other supplies to the people of Gaza? And he said, yes, they have the right to do that. Now, that means that is a green light to the Commission of War Crimes.
Israel has a right to defend itself. They are a small country. They are surrounded is the Israeli view on many sides, apart from the sea, by those that would do them harm. They have a responsibility to look after their people. They saw murderous actions over the weekend. They feel that that came from Hamas, based in Gaza, and they need to go into Gaza in order to, in their words, neutralise those people.
Mm-hmm. OK, I'm going to keep coming back to the same frame because it is so important. If we genuinely care about human rights and international law, then we apply it. Now, international law is very clear. I said what it outlaws. International law also defines the rights of states and of people to defend themselves. International law makes clear that a people living under military occupation have a right to defend themselves. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu on Saturday said Israel is now declaring war on the Palestinian people. But the reality of the situation is Israel has been enacting a war against the Palestinian people, enacted through the imposition of military occupation for decades, and enacted also through the imposition of a system of oppression that a consensus of human rights monitoring organisations are defining as a system of apartheid.
Yeah, do you condemn Hamas's actions on Saturday morning?
I don't think I can be any clearer. I don't need to repeat what I've said. I hope you've heard it. I'm sure your viewers have heard it. I have made clear the reference point for us has to be international law. And international law makes clear that the targeting and killing of civilians are war crimes. So people should condemn those no matter who commits them. The problem at the moment is our political leaders are not applying those principles indiscriminately. And they are giving a green light to Israel to carry on with its enactment of war crimes. The final thing I would say about that is this. All of us want to see an end to this violence at the moment. If we are humanitarians, we want to see an end to the killing. But you are not going to stop the killing until you deal with the root causes of what is going on at the moment, and that is Israel's ongoing imposition of military occupation upon the Palestinian people. OK,
sadly, we're out of time. I'd love to discuss this with you in much more detail. Perhaps you'll come back and talk to us again next week.
I'd be happy to do so.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.